New Zealand warmed up for their two-match T20 series with England next week by defeating Kent by 43 runs at the Spitfire ground St Lawrence in Canterbury. Sam Northeast was given the job of captaining the side and he won the toss and asked the tourists to bat first. It was a spot-on decision too, as Hamish Rutherford was LBW to Adam Riley with just the third ball of the match. Brendan McCullum then fell in the second over, another leg before decision, this time going in the favour of Mitch Claydon, a wicket which left the Kiwis on 9 for 2. That brought together their two most informed batsmen in the shape of Martin Guptill and Ross Taylor, who soon recovered the situation with, as you would expect, some explosive cricket shots. Taylor has a quite furious bat speed, and when he connects properly with his shots, the ball has a tendency to go a very long way. Guptill also used his long reach to good effect, as this pair smashed 98 runs in the space of 11 overs to set up their innings rather nicely. Taylor had rushed to 52, but was then out to his 37th delivery, nicking a swipe at Matt Coles to the standing keeper Sam Billings. Guptill matched Taylor by reaching a 50 off just 39 balls, getting there with his second towering six off a Cowdrey full toss, Fabian becoming the latest man of this famous family to represent the Kent first team, having played a couple of first-class games for Cardiff University, one against the county of his birth. Tom Latham, who's been representing Scotland in the Yorkshire Bank 40 this year, also joined in the six-hitting fun by blasting 2 off 3 balls from Callum Haggett. Guptill departed at the start of the 18th over for 56 when he chipped Claydon to Ben Harmison at long on. And that started a good little spell from the Durham low knee. He also removed Latham for 38 and then had Corey Anderson held at third man off a short ball. And so, when he bowled Nathan McCullum in the final over, the big man had his second fifer in this form of the game. He ended with figures of 5 for 31 from his 4 overs after Colin Munro belted a boundary at the end, which saw the New Zealanders end their innings on a very challenging 185 for 7. Some effort given their start. So it was a big ask for a Kent side missing a number of its biggest names, although Billings and Daniel Bell-Drummond did get them off to a solid enough start with 26 runs coming in the first 4 overs, with both batsmen having the satisfaction of finding the boundary rope early on. Ian Butler took the first of the wickets to fall, Billings trying to turn him to leg but getting a leading edge to Nathan McCullum instead. He was gone for 9. Northeast would have loved to celebrate his promotion with some runs, but he was bowled by Ronnie Hyra with only 2 runs on the board next to his name. So that brought in the man of the moment in Darren Stevens, fresh from his quite incredible 44-ball 100 the other night. He is seeing the cricket ball as if it was the size of a small village at the moment, as this shot will testify. Kent's problems was that they kept losing wickets to keep them behind the rate. After making a run of ball 31, Bell-Drummond skied a shot off Munro to Anderson to leave after 11 overs with just 65 runs on the board. And that left the Spitfires with the mammoth job of getting 121 more off the last 9 overs, yet still, Superman Stevens hadn't given up. He's been hitting sixes for fun in the last month. Alas, nobody could stick with him, and next out was Harmison, who on 9 toe-ended Doug Bracewell behind to the diving Nathan McCullum, who takes the gloves in this form of the game. Still, though, Stevens wasn't done. Six number 3 came next as he clubbed Munro, baseball style, back over the bowler's head to move into the 40s. But that's where his innings ended this time. With 80 wanted off 27 balls, he for once failed to connect properly and thumped a delivery from Anderson to Guptill. The game was lost, but there was still the lovely sight of the 20-year-old Fabian Cowdrey, whose uncle, father and grandfather have all played for Kent, hit his first boundary for the county. I can't imagine Colin playing too many shots like that one. By the end of the 17th over, Kent were on 120 for 6 after Alex Blake lifted a drive off Butler to Guptill after making 12. But still, Cowdrey gave the crowd something to remember as he then hammered a man with the skills of Nathan McCullum over the rope at Cow Corner. Cowdrey ended his debut innings unbeaten on 21 from 14 balls, while Coles was run out in the last over after his partner stopped dead in his tracks. So Kent ended on 143 for 7 to lose by 42 runs in what was certainly a worthwhile exercise ahead of the domestic T20 tournament, which begins later this week with the Spitfires taking on Middlesex in Canterbury under lights on Friday. It all gets underway at 7 o'clock.